Hello, everybody. We are live. I believe we're live. Oh, it says live 9:28, and now it's still counting down on my top. Am I actually live?
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay, I think.
Yeah, there's a delay. We're live.
Good evening, Dennis. Good evening. How are we all? I'm just having I can't see the chat coming up yet, but I'm sure it will do in a minute.
Comments up. We've got some comments here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Sean's in the room. Sean's here. Hi, Rob. Hi, Mark. Good to be back. Hope all is well. Adam, hey yo, hey Sean. He's saying hello to Sean actually behind, so we'll just be getting.
Let them have their conversations.
They're having a conversation. Yeah, they're talking to themselves. Talking to me, as always. That's what normally happens. Who cares about us?
Dead right.
Who cares about us? Brilliant. Hi all. Rod's here. I met Rod.
You said?
Yeah. I didn't think he'd be here because he said he might have dodgy signal because he's down on my neck of the woods. He's down Charmouth, or he's somewhere around there. He said he was staying down Charmouth, which is near Lyme Regis. And he came up. We had a lunch. We met for about 45 minutes. I took a picture, but I thought I'd do that next week because I didn't think Rod would be here. Anyway, hello, mate. Nice to have you all here, and we can do that. Rod was showing me his amazing turning stuff on his lathe.
Absolutely. Oh, really?
Oh. And I was saying he needs to get it to you, the pictures on the email.
Do you know what? I haven't got back to it yet at all. I've just released a video on me that chop saw, that crosscut miter saw, and I'm waiting for the comment. You just bought a lathe and now you're buying a chop saw. Why aren't you doing more videos on your lathe? You know what? I just haven't had a chance. I've been so busy with work. But what I thought I'd do, I was eager to get that video out of that saw because it's on offer at Lidl. So I thought I'm going to get it out before it comes back off offer. I'll probably miss the boat. But anyway, it's up on my channel from this afternoon. So I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So lathe. I'll be getting back into that shortly. A lot of people condemn my lathe, but I like it. But I ain't used it for long. So let's see after a few more episodes.
Dawn, I see Dawn has just put in there, you two Muppets never know if you are live.
What was we chatting away when we were live?
I don't know, yeah, probably. I'm looking at it, it said one thing there, and then it goes, oh, well, we are. But anyway, I think I pressed
live. Hello, Jim. Good to see you again, Jim.
That's brilliant.
What was that? Bad winds last night, apparently.
I'll put the comments up as well. I've got to remember to put the comments up, which I can do.
You remember how to do it?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Rod has just here we go. Rod has just said they came home early. Bad winds. Did you have bad wind, Rod?
Is it bad as bad as
his wife's still down there. He's been sent home.
Which brings me on to Mark. How's your piles, mate?
Well, I was showing Rob me cream earlier on.
That cream's for another subject.
Another subject, maybe.
Another subject. Yeah, another illness, another ailment. Is that your pile cream? I said to Mark, I've had a real bad back for the last 2 or 3 days, and it's out of the blue. I haven't been lifting anything. I put it down to I've been sat at the desk too long. I've been driving around too long, probably at a funny angle. So Mark got his special cream out, so he's advised what I should take. Yeah. So I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to advertise on here, but it's I use this when I've got a long-term back injury from a rather nasty accident many years ago, and I use that. I get it on Amazon. Anyway, if you need something for bad back, shoulders, blah blah blah, this is genius. This stuff, it absolutely works. I got introduced to it, and it's just amazing.
Sold it to me.
Five kinds hemp cream. Anyway, I'm not here to advertise.
Then we went on to talking about silver water, actually, weren't we, as well? Because a mate of mine sells silver water, and I never heard of it, Paul. Be interested to know if anyone else has heard of silver water. I know there's more of a scientific name for it, but I think it's silver infused into water. And apparently, I've got a bottle of it. I've never used it, and you should gargle it if you've got a sore throat or a cough coming along, and it sort of clears it up. And you get it in cream form and all that lot. I don't know if it's alternative medicine or not, really. I think because you're looking at the side effects just then, Mark, and it's not that good, is it? So,
well, it's obviously a health thing, but I think I'm certainly not going to. What is it?
Trying it anytime soon.
Yeah, try it anytime soon or promote it. I'm not going to promote it on here. You have to do it now. Yeah, disclaimer. That's it. Disclaimer: we are not promoting. For anyone watching this video, we are not promoting silver water. Do your own research, but I don't know anything about it either, so I can't talk with any authority about it.
Or Mark's pile cream.
Or Mark's the internet is going to YouTube's going to think I've got piles now. Well, I'm talking about piles.
Let's explain the full story from last week.
Yes, I'm doing my own extension. At the moment, I've sort of walked away from it. Not that I can literally walk away from it because it's my house, but I'm waiting to do some soil samples, and it may be that I'll have to pile as well instead of just doing conventional foundations, strip foundations. So you could concrete down. So I might have to actually do some piling. You know, you ram into the ground big steel piles and stuff that goes in or whatever. So I'm talking to companies, but that's just sort of out there in a few weeks, and I've got to do quite a lot before I get to that. So I've walked away from that. I've done 2 weeks on it, which I was up to last week, and now I've been back at work this week, building and making things for customers. So yeah, hence the piles. Yeah, hence the piles and the piles jokes to me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's it. And I heard you mention something about some samples you've got to give or something. What was that about samples?
Sorry, I was looking at a half a comment there. So sorry, you said
no, you said something. You had to send some samples off or something.
Soil sample. Yeah, stool sample. Yeah, a stool sample. Yeah, I got to send off a stool sample. Well,
stool sample.
No, I'm not sending off. I'm not talking about my stool samples. You get to a certain age.
You know what? This is turning into the double entendre channel.
Well, my darling wife, who's sitting in the room next door, she is a nurse. So
oh no.
Yes, as you probably all know, of a certain kind, and she is very comfortable talking about poo. And the importance of poo. So she's always going on about it. So stool sample. No, soil samples.
Soil samples. There we go.
I've got to send my soil to a laboratory, not my poo to a laboratory.
Okay, understood.
Right.
Let's put that clear.
Just putting this comment up from Frank. He's got, what is this? I've always had a bad back. Ended up getting an inversion table.
Oh, I've seen them. Yeah.
Wow, Frank. Which hands you upside down. Works.
It must open up your spine somehow, yeah? Or ligaments
really?
open up. Or...
That sounds like a torture thing.
Well.
Wow. Frank, that's amazing. Okay.
I've seen it, and you must have seen it. It's like a tilt in it, where it tilts you. Is that right?
Yeah, I can still get it there.
Upside down. Is that right? I don't know. I'm guessing.
Well, tell us more, Frank. I'm just putting.
Yeah, we're interested in that now. Anything about the back elements?
Hi, Steve. Australia, Steve. 4 a.m. Couldn't sleep. Tuned in for a good laugh.
You might fall asleep then now.
The two Muppets here. We were like the old boys who sit in the up in the balcony, aren't we? In the Muppets.
That's right. Of the Muppets, yeah.
Waldo and what?
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? What were the Muppets' names? Who sit up in the top? You know,
I know. Bald-headed blokes, yeah, with the glasses.
Waldo. I think Waldo was one of them. I think. Come on, tell us, people. You'll know.
Yeah, tell us who they were. So we were chatting before we came on, and we were talking about starting a sort of a bit of an anecdotal conversation to start off, and our experiences through the week, and sort of you can take it from there. And I think the conversation is pretty good as it is anyway. But we were talking about, and my thing was, and you might want to respond to this and your experiences, is lending people tools. Now, I love lending people tools. Anybody, family, friends, whatever, you need this. Oh, yeah, I've got it. Boom, boom, boom. But how many times do you lend a tool out when you need it and think, who did I lend that to?
Who? Where did it
go?
Who
was it? And then one day when you've been and bought another one because you can't remember, they turn up with it and say, oh, is this yours? And they go, yeah, I've got 2 of them now, or 3 of them now, whatever. And then the other one, the flip side to this is, how many times do you borrow a tool off somebody and then forget who you borrowed it from? And then you get to the predicament where you find it and think, who did I borrow this from? But I like it so much, they haven't asked for it back. I'm just going to keep it anyway.
Basically, you nicked it.
Basically, you nicked it off your mate, off your best mate.
Off your best mate and went quiet.
They never asked for it back. But they've probably forgotten about it as well. So they'd probably be over the moon if you gave it back. On the other hand, they might say just keep it. So, yeah, that's my that's my question out there today. I thought we ought to call it shedding notes. Shedding notes?
Yeah, shedding notes. Yes, anecdotes, shedding notes. Okay,
So
so let us know.
Never.
Jim says, there you go. Never a borrower, nor lender, nor lender
be. Good motto.
Right, yeah.
I suppose, yeah, looking at the way you're not going to lend them out, but you also want to borrow them back. So, unless you buy a new tool, that's when I really don't like it. You buy a new tool and then you have to lend it out, and it's I've only just bought this.
But, there we go, Sean. Yes, I've borrowed tools and never seen tools again, and never seen. So he's borrowed tools and never seen
the tools again. Yeah, exactly. Waldorf and Sattler.
Yeah, Waldorf. I was right with Waldorf. I couldn't remember the other one.
Waldorf and Sattler.
Yeah, there we go. That was the where have they gone? It's up there. Waldorf and Statler. Anyway, Jim in the comments, you can see that, people. I'm sure.
Never lend unless you're prepared to never get it back.
Adam says, I don't like lending tools. I do, but I always say it's got a back on it. He doesn't like lending tools, but he does, I guess, like all of us.
But we all do.
I always say it's got a back on it. Yeah,
I'll give it back.
I'll give it back.
Well, I think personally, but it's good. I mean, it's bad, really, should do that. But having a little notebook attached to the back door of your shed or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's only because I'll tell you the reason why. It's not because you want all your toys back. It's because you need it one day and you think, oh, where did I put it? Where did I put it?
Tools, isn't it?
And you don't want to go and buy another one for the sake of it, do you? And
no.
Yeah. So I'm just interested, and I think you've got a bit of a one, haven't you, to sort of throw out there as shedding notes we were talking earlier.
Yeah, we can continue to talk about this one, and you can throw some comments up about lending or borrowing tools, because it's quite a common thing, and it's not exactly. I'm sure we all have done that. My shedding note, as we're calling it now, shedding note is I was with the boys that I work with, different tradies. We were together a couple of weeks ago for a meal out. We get together every so often just being mates, and we've got a barbecue actually coming up in week on Friday, where we're all getting around somebody's house, one of their houses, and we're gonna with our wives, and we're gonna have a barbecue together. Anyway, one of them he threw out the idea. He said, just throwing it in towards the end of the evening, if the right project came up, would we be interested, or would we consider doing it a bit on a very small basis version of DIY SOS? So helping someone, not getting paid, and just doing it. And it's sort of, we all agreed actually that we would, if the right thing, and in principle. It might take some actual practice, it is some organising, because we've all got busy work diaries and busy life diaries. So to just not get paid. But would we do it? And I said, in principle, yes, I would. But is that good? Is that a good thing? Do we think we would do that? Have we done that? Have we just helped people?
Charitable DIY and help.
Charitable DIY, where you go around and you just lend your skill. Almost like an old-fashioned thing. We're not really bartering for something else, because you could do that as well. Actually, that's another conversation. Your skill to buy somebody else's skill.
Barter, the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. So maybe that's part of, or maybe I'm wrapping that up in there. But I'm more thinking about charitable, somebody that needs something. So your comments on that, really. Do we do it? Would you do it? Have you done it? How did it go? All of that thing.
I've heard about tradesmen, and occasionally they'll see the person that needs it, and they'll either do it as a freebie, or they'll ridiculously low, just covering the costs. And I think these sort of charitable events, they do rely on a lot of branding. So these tool companies or material companies come along and advertise it, and they get their bit, covers their costs. So you're covering your costs basically, but out of the goodness of your heart, you put in a week of your time into something practical. And I think it's sort of a bit on a bigger picture, and this must happen all over the UK and all over the world, is community centres, isn't it? Rather than, I suppose, houses, but like a community centre that everyone can enjoy. You might have groups for different age groups, but they have a community centre or a shack somewhere in, I don't know, wherever. And then you renovate it, and team effort, community spirit, all that sort of thing. I think that's brilliant. Anyone that can do that, or anyone that can get involved with something like that, Yeah, like Mark said, it'd be good to if you've got any stories on that. And
I've got keep those coming in. We've got any comments here. We're going back to the tool lending because we've got a few comments here. Just putting Rod. No, never lend, or they come back saying it didn't work, but they broke it.
Or they broke it, yeah.
Oh yes, Rod. Yeah, that's true, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's another example of you lend something, you break it, and then it's awkward
moment. How do you go back?
You just go, oh, never mind, mate, never mind.
Just buy you a new one. Just buy a new one anyway, or just say you don't mind.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's helping people out, isn't it? And I think this is where it boils down, charitable things. And with tools as well. I've discovered this. There's a lot of tools that you only need once, and you probably won't use it ever again. Yeah. I mean, we've always said this as well, haven't we? Look at that. My dad used to say, never lend your tools or wife.
Or wife. Which one first? Which one is more precious?
What's the priority?
I'm going to get clipped around here in a minute. She's going to walk in.
She's going to go bursting in.
Yeah, she's going to come bursting in. Which one?
In a neck hold. Like that. Which one, Mark? Which one?
Which one? You'll see it live on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, Steve, that's brilliant, mate. Yeah, never lend you. Dad said, never lend your tools or your wife. That's brilliant. I like that. Oh, carry on, Rob.
Something slightly similar to what we've both been talking about. Actually, just reminding me. I saw a good friend of mine on YouTube over in Ireland, Mark McLooney. I don't know if he's on tonight, but he's got a channel on there, and he was doing a thing where he's collecting up old tools that you're never really going to use, like woodworking tools and stuff that's been sat in a cupboard for years. It might be granddad's or whatever, and you just sat there. And then they were collecting them all up and shipping them out into poor countries to help them out. So, and apparently there's schemes going on all around the UK that does this, and probably all around the world as well. So collect up old tools, you go and take them down, gladly donate them to them, put them in a container and ship them out, which I think is fantastic. And it's that same thing that why not get some more use out of them, gather them in dust? I mean, if we accumulated all the sheds and workshop garages tools that are never used, you imagine what there is that's sat there.
Oh, it'd be wow. Yeah, when you think about it, or they just get. I mean, I was offered, and I never took up. Actually, I offered somebody I know. It wasn't a friend as such, but it was somebody I knew in the trade.
Yeah,
but they offered me their dad, or no, was it their granddad? Their granddad, I think, had passed away, and he had an enormous workshop, and he was just sort of. They had to try and clear it. Said, get round if you want. Come round, take what you want. But I never did.
No. And it's going to someone worthwhile as well. If it goes to the house clearers, they'll just bundle it up and send it down to the local auction, and it'll get auctioned off in one go usually, when you're house clearance.
Yeah, like house clearance, yeah. But
and I think I don't know, I'm a sort of naive saying this, but tools are always, if you're cleaning a house out or a garage out, they're just, if you ain't got interest in them, it's not worth anything to anybody, is it? And they sort of bundle it up, and I bet a lot of it gets scrapped. Oh, second wife. Couldn't give my second wife.
Give me a second one. We better not go there, Jim. But yeah, brilliant.
No, he's probably in his second warning now, so he can't comment anymore on this.
No. I see there. Just coming back to the look. Yeah, Rod has done DIY SOS early 20s in Bath. Amazing, brilliant. Rod, who I didn't know, but he told me this week, because I for those who've just joined, I met Rod. He was down here in my neck of the woods. We met down in Weymouth at a lovely cafe, Oasis Cafe. We met for 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes. Just had a coffee together. It was really nice, brilliant to actually get a face to you guys. Now, all of you, I know you're all real people, but you know us. You know what we look like, as Rod did. He came up to me, but I ain't got a clue what he looked like.
That's right. He's got you. Yeah.
But I thought, a pink carnation or something, But
newspaper under your arm, yeah.
Yeah. But it was pretty obvious. But he's a floor fitter. He's a floor fitter by trade, and been doing it.
Wow.
In his life, brilliant.
Oh, he said before. Yeah, he mentioned. He gave me some comments, actually, tips when I was doing my floor. I remember now. Yeah, it's hard as well for us to remember everyone's trade is, and it's if you're retired or not, or what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Ian, change of scenery this evening. I am watching this and waiting for my Chinese.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
What could be better? How could life get any better than
me
that?
and you.
What have you ordered?
What are you ordering? What number? What numbers
What
have you ordered?
What number?
What number on the Chinese?
Mine's normally, well, we normally share it. So we'll have spare ribs, special fried rice, chow mein, char siu fried rice. That's it. Sweet and sour chicken balls. And occasionally I'll have roast duck, half a roast.
I love the pancakes.
With the pancake. Yeah, that's what I mean. With the
hoisin, or is it hoisin sauce?
Is that plum? It's plum, isn't it?
Plum sauce, is it? Yeah, is it? Am I getting the right thing?
It's amazing. Oh, yeah. Just gonna eat it now. Wrapped up, just spend the night just rolling them up.
Love it.
Yeah.
I've just seen this. Did you see this one? Look here, Adam. I've been stalking you guys for a year. You don't even know.
There's something creeping out of the back of my shed. You would never even... I noticed you have a quick look then, Mark. You just look out your window.
It's a light camera. He's over there. I think I spot somebody strange in my close. Everybody knows everybody. But yeah, brilliant. Maybe he's following me around. I just don't even know.
Yeah, who cares?
Clue.
It's good to have a stalker, wasn't it? You know you've succeeded when you got a stalker, I think.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah, well, yeah, in one way you've succeeded.
No, obviously it's not good to have a stalker.
No, it's not. It's really not. Let's just
no, it's really not. Yeah.
It's never going to happen to me and Rob. We're just not
no. Brilliant. What's put here? So, Frank, I find it hard to find the clamps in Lidl's. Oh, they might have gone now, Ian.
Yeah, Rob had them all.
I only had two. It was Frank and Nigel from Muddy Boots, Lockman Channel. I think he bought a load as well.
There we go. Ian said, Frank said, Ian, it's because, what did he say? Ian, that's because I have them all. Don't think they'll be back in store for a while. You will need to keep checking. Frank's got them all. Go Frank's. He's got a whole of the whole lot of Lidl's Parkside clamps.
What is charging sauce? What did I say? Charging sauce, Rob.
What is that? Is that how he spell?
No, if I said something, I don't know.
Oh, you said charging. Oh, you said no hoisin sauce. I said, and you said plum. You said
plums in it.
Plum sauce, and I said hoisin, not charging. I think that's what we both said anyway. Adam is hiding in the bushes. Here we go.
Here he is there. Yeah, that's right.
Here we go. Adam is hiding in the bushes. That's Ian. I'm looking at some bushes over there. I can see some rustling around going on in there.
Brilliant.
It's like, yeah, he's been rumbled. He
rumbled. Plum sauce all day long. Yeah, I'm sure it's plum sauce.
Yeah, plum sauce all day long. That's from Adam, who's stalking us. He's eating his plum sauce.
He's eating his Chinese outside.
In the bushes. He said it was weird. Here we go. This is Adam again. It was weird. I racked up so many miles betwixt Nottingham and Dorset.
Yeah, that's costing you a fortune.
I think you're broke now, Adam. I think it's all that money. You've ruined your car, your vehicle, whatever it is. It died in all the mileage. Brilliant.
So what else is new? Has anyone seen any new channels out there? Anything? Not that do you know what? I don't watch enough YouTube anyway, but for everybody else, any good channels that are popping up? Tool bargains? Any more tool bargains? Anyone seen? Apart from clamps.
That was last week. Tool bargains.
Material bargains. What do you need at the minute, Mark? What do you need next?
Oh, what do I need next?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I need. Oh, what do I need next?
Concrete.
Probably, what tool-wise? Yeah, obviously.
No. Oh, yeah, tool and material-wise.
What do you mean material? What wood materials
for building your extension?
Oh, right. The next bit, well, it's actually to get out of the ground first. I need to be able to put some concrete in. That'll be the first materials that I need is concrete or piles. We're back to piles.
Yeah. So has that not been on a serious note? So that's not been decided until that soil sample.
No, I've got to do soil sample. So I'm working with a company now. This is going to take a few weeks. This is going to run. This is going to sort of just
boring process, isn't it?
Yeah, boring. It takes. Nobody's in a hurry, and I obviously I've filled my diary again because I've got to work and I've got loads of customers to go and pay attention to. So, and when I find out, then I'll clear some space and see what I can do. And then it'll be a beam and block and beam floor, which Rod will know all about because he's a floor fitter. So a block and beam floor will be the next thing I work, what I get it, and then I've got to get out of the ground. That'd be the first thing I do for my extension.
You're doing brick and block.
But block and beam, or beam and block, doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Beam and block floor, which is concrete beams and blocks, and then you put them all together. You tooth into the house or whatever, and then you put that comes up on your concrete blocks around just to get to your floor level. In fact, that's not even floor level. That's below the floor level.
Yeah,
we can put
your walls
because then you put insulation on top, and then you screed on top, and you get up to. But your floor level within your house, and then so it's level. So I work out.
So what? I mean, when I did mine, I obviously went down 10 inches. I put the hardcore sand, then the 4-inch insulation, then the concrete screed on top of that 4 inches. Are you doing 4 inches of concrete on that? How far are you coming up from the block?
Well, you've got 150 mil for the beam and block and beam floor. And then I've got 150 mil, which is the insulation, because the insulation is now 150 building regs. And then we've got 75 mil for the screed, which with the underfloor heating will be in that on top of the insulation. So you've got 150 mil of insulation, and then you put your underfloor heating sitting on there, screed over the top, bring it up to floor height.
Shame you're not around here. I've got a good screed pump guy who comes out and pumps it. He's really quick as well, really good. I'll take you pumping it.
I'll be pumping it in.
You're handballing it, are you?
No, we'll pump it in. I'll pump it in when I speak to. I've got a company. I know somebody who does that sort of thing. So all the time. So
good.
Come and do it. So it's their main bread and butter, doing screeding and things like that. In fact. Rod's talking to Rod, it's his main bread and butter, but he's a little bit away from me. He's up in Street, which is sorry, Rod, have I said that where you are? I said it right. I've given his
inside leg measurement.
Yeah, inside leg measurement. Yeah, he was telling me about it, but so we both know about it, and that's his game. I said, do you plaster? He said, no.
No. Yeah, it's one of those trades, isn't it?
That involves gravity.
Yeah. Well, what did you Ian mentioned, anyone watching Clarkson's Farm, everything has to be certificate and approval on there. Yeah. I watched, is this season 2, is it? Clarkson's Farm.
Season 3. I've watched them all. Yeah. I think we've done season 3 now.
When did 3 come out?
I'm pretty sure we're season 3. Am I?
I thought I'd watched the last one.
I've watched them all. I'm bang up to date. I'm bang up to date with them. So I'm pretty sure they've done season 3, and it's filming season 4 now. Yeah, I've watched them all.
And when he's having a bit of a competition against Caleb, isn't he? He's doing wild. It's not wildland.
Oh, wild. He's doing the wild farming to see who can make the most money.
And it amazes me how little they actually make. And like Clarkson said, he says, I've got the subsidised television career and all this sort of thing. I mean, I'll be all right. But how these farmers cope, they had a bad season or drought or too much rain.
Is it what it was like beginning of this year? With the amount of rain we had.
I know, yeah.
For about 8 months. It rained pretty much on and off most of the time from about October, November last year, right through till about May this year.
Yeah.
I think
you realise how bad it's been when you go to the local stores, superstore, like big stores, and you see all the summer gear up for sale dead cheap, like less than ridiculously reduced because they've got to shift it, haven't they? They order a load in the beginning of the year, bad summer. So I was looking at how much they were making there, and it's so precise in it as well, just trying to find out the moisture content of the seeds, whether it is rape seeds or whatever it is, and they have to get the old grindy thing and say, it's just about the right contact, and they have to work it out. And do you take the risk today or do you leave it tomorrow? Or the moisture level will probably drop down by the time it gets into the barn. And it's risk, isn't it? Risk over
Yeah, Adam's just put up a comment here. Look, most oh, hang on, show. There we go.
Small farmers are
Yeah,
rare.
most farmers seem to be corporate now. Don't know. I don't know enough farmers to know what that is. That could well be the truth, actually. Some small farmers are rare. I think when you watch things like Country File and things like that, which is quite sanitized, I would say.
Yeah,
But
I would say.
they seem to go, well, they're a mix, aren't they? But they go for a lot of these independent farmers and talk to them. But
Yeah.
it seems to me, but you're probably right, Adam, that they're big corporate, seem to be corporate now. I don't know. It's not a world I really know. I mean, I live surrounded by farms and farmers because Dorset is really rural. And
I suppose you only hear about it when things like Clarkson's farm, don't you? That's the only time it comes to the forefront, and he's doing a lot, obviously, for them, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I mean, people love their own views about him, Clarkson himself, but some people love him, some people hate him and loathe him, and I get that both ways because he's really Marmite. But what he's doing for farming, I believe, and what farming have said is he's actually raising some really, really good awareness around actually farming and the plight of farmers. So that has got to be important. Regardless of him as a personality, that's a different conversation. But the actual farming,
I think, from what I can gather, if you get a good yield one year, that's going to subsidise you, might be for the next year or next 2 years if you have a bad one. But it just seems like they have to have bad year after bad year after bad year. It's just
here we go. Look, Frank, my claim to fame: I helped to build and prepare Caleb's new tractor.
No way.
Get in.
There we go.
Frank,
bit of.
You're up in the Cotswolds. I mean, you up in around Oxfordshire, the Cotswolds. Then you must be. That's where he is. He's in the.
I think you're Essex way, aren't you, Frank?
Well, maybe he's moved. I don't know, but that's.
I don't know. I thought it was Essex.
Caleb has never been further than about 10 miles, has he?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I've got to hear the story about that then, Frank.
Yeah.
Got to hear that.
Oh, wow. Anyway, tell us more if you can, Frank. Tell us more. That's brilliant. We've got a celebrity here in the claim to fame. Brilliant, Frank. I like that.
What we got here? A lot of small farmers near me in rural parts of Wrexham, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, they call it. Is it now small holdings? Is it small holdings?
Yeah, I think so.
Cottage industry. So
you might holding. A lot of people are doing that as an alternative lifestyle, aren't they? Though they're sort of like small holding, or small holding. They're sort of
like cottage industry and just I don't know what's the word, speciality stuff. I don't know, specific cheese or
absolutely. Cottage industries.
Yeah, making themselves. I noticed he did
Go on.
Clarkson did really well on the mushrooms, didn't he? But he had to bin a load. You see the mushrooms?
Yeah, he exploded, didn't he? Took time. Those boys were on Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
They got their backing from Dragon's Den. So they sort of come onto that and then come onto Clarkson's farm. But that's who they were. But yeah, he's
I just look at it thinking that's the way. I think he's talking about making $8,000 in a year or something, just stick in a container.
Yeah.
Underground.
You think you're doing it yourself then? You put it in there, you're going to have more growing in the background.
Just dig a pit out underneath my shed, put a container under there.
Yeah, you have to wear a mask and all protect yourself because of the.
That's it. In fact, I'm looking at the end of the shed now, and it's getting worse. It's drooping at the front. I'm having a droop on the front of the shed. I don't notice it when I stand here. I'm going to have to get that sorted. I'm going to put an iron box section all on the front and just concrete the death out of it, so it's proper propped up and then supports and everything. That's one of the reasons why I want to get that welder up and running. I need to get that done soon. I mean, just noticed now. I was thinking about putting mushrooms underneath. I'm looking at it, thinking, God, it's leaning to one side.
Obviously, mushrooms. Frank. So Adam's asking, Frank, is it true that a lot of rural theft is from tractors for sat navs? No idea. Does Frank know that answer? Does anybody know that answer? Rural theft is from tractors for the sat navs.
Why? What's so special about the sat navs?
What's the sat nav? Haven't we all got sat navs now? Do
they
need sat nav? Because we've all got them on our phones and cars anyway, built in.
It's a big business nicking the auto guidance systems. They're not cheap. Why are they so?
Wow.
Let me take a guess on this. I know nothing about it. Is it to do with its accuracy when you're sowing your field?
Yeah, GPS
Something like that.
guidance, GPS rounder, because you talk of you hear it. I've watched lots of farming things, and Clarkson's Farms is the same. You hear about them doing the GPS, and it's down to them.
Millimeters, so they can get the lines right. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's business in nicking the auto guidance systems.
What I meant, sticking them on a cheap tractor, getting a cheap tractor and sticking them on, I suppose.
Wow.
But
Little shit.
Oh,
the auto guidance will drive the vehicles. You program them, and then you're just
a passenger.
Wow.
Makes sense, doesn't it? If you want to get the lines perfectly straight. I mean, we saw on the Clarkson's Farm where it's like woo down in one go.
Ian, what does GPS for furrows? What's GPS stand for?
Global Positioning Satellite.
Satellite, isn't it? Global position. Yes, it is.
Satellites, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So it's it's like a Tesla tractor. Then it just does its job, and big track. Remember Big Track? Remember Big Track?
Hmm?
Can I remember it?
Big Track.
It was a toy about that big, and it had massive tracks on it, white thing. It had buttons on top. Back in the early 80s,
didn't make it down south.
No, I thought that was the first place to have it. And then you used to program it in. So you used to press forward twice. So it used to go 2 steps forward and then turn left. You used to program it.
I'm sure. I never saw it.
Drive around your living room when you was a kid. Yeah.
I had a big. It was Sean. I had a big tree. He's getting excited.
There you go. Found somebody.
I had a big track 1981.
There you go. Yeah.
I left school in 1981, so no, I wouldn't have had a big track then. I started work in 1981. There we go. May. Left school, and then the very next day, left school in May. Very next day, I started making furniture. There you go. Long time.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's exactly when I was 16. I was 16. There you go. 1981. Left school. 81. And the day after, I started learning how to make furniture.
Man and boy.
A long time ago, as a song was once sung by Don McLean.
They all get. Who have I been called a few times on thingy as well? I look like I've got his name.
Paul Hollywood.
No. Gilmore. David Gilmore.
David Gilmore.
Yeah, a few people have said I look like David. You know, to do a video and see the thumbnail.
Oh, David. What, from Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's about 40 years older than me, isn't he?
Yeah, he probably is, actually, mate. He probably is. Well, so maybe that's not a compliment, is it?
I know he isn't.
He'd like to have his money, bloody hell.
Yeah, there's a few people who mentioned it. I thought, do I really? So I'm Googling it, and I think, he's got white hair and a white beard now, so that's probably why.
That's probably why, isn't it? That's probably why.
Yeah. Well, Sean, I don't know who it was now, I put a comment, because I did that lathe video, and he says I clicked on it, because I thought David Gilmore was doing a video on lathes. Yeah, crazy.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, Rob. You're right there, Adam. Hard paper round. I had 3, mate.
Oh, hard paper round. Yeah, Rob. Hard paper round.
3.
Yeah. Here we go. And Sean left school in 86, so you're a bit younger. Yeah. A bit younger than me.
Do you sign the autographs when they say David Wood? Yes, of course. Dead right. Of course.
What's that, Rob? Rob, do you sign them autographs when they say Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dead right.
Yeah. Get in. You could maybe you could, like people make a career out of being somebody else, impersonator.
Yeah. Maybe I could.
Yeah, a genuine career. Maybe you could do that. But trouble is, you get found out when you try to play guitar. But
I know that's right. The veil will soon drop. Right. Let me just have a look on here. I'm going to have a picture. In fact, I put him in, and the first picture that come up was in his later years.
Cool.
Let's see what. Jesus. Yeah.
Oh
God, I don't look that old. My God.
Ian can say to David, "Wish you were here." Yeah, I can see. Yeah, but he's in his 70s now.
I know he is. It's crazy. I think it was just the white hair, white beard.
I've got a really good friend, and he often gets because of now he's got his white beard, white hair. So he gets all those stereotypes like Paul Hollywood, who's famous for that. So it's just that Essentially, don't actually look
yeah,
like.
it just stand out a bit.
Yeah, stand out. Yeah, I'm greying around here, but
well, I was going grey at 19. Yeah, you're bolder than me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm bolder than you. Yeah,
but I'm going there again. There,
it's about as long as it gets. Sometimes it gets a bit longer, and then Dawn says you need to cut your hair because I'm looking like a ragamuffin or whatever.
Kerry's always saying to me about my beard. She's always saying, "Yeah, you need to shave that off." But it's not as long as it was. It's not as it's not as long as it was. It was longer. If you remember some of the videos, it was really down.
Yeah, it'd be like cat weasel.
Yeah. Now and he's cutting again, you see. But I do it when I have my hair done.
Mine is cutting. I keep mine fairly trimmed, but I've been so busy and running around like a blue ass fly. I've been running. Work is like 100 mile an hour at the minute. It feels like it a minute. So, which is a good problem to have. But yes, I've been slightly neglecting.
Well, I go every 2 weeks now because I have it zero up here, then blend it at the top, and then trim it.
Do you go and have it done somewhere like a barber's?
Yeah,
or do you just do it yourself?
Cheap as chips, this guy I use. He's been there for 30 odd years, and it's about £6.50, I think it is.
£6.50.
charges. £6.50. I mean, you
don't
go to barbers and pay £6.50 anymore, would you? No. I think it's gone up slightly, but I always give him a tenner. So he does me beard.
I was saying about me going and just getting a pamper. It's not something I would ever. I mean, I like going
pamper. It literally takes me. I go and see him. His name's Steve. I go in there. It takes me from going in to coming out 10 minutes, and we probably had a conversation like this. And I've got a haircut and beard done, eyebrows done, ears done. And he's like, don't even have to ask me what I need to do. He does it the same every time, like lightning.
Yeah. Does anyone out there do any? So this is my brain going off. So getting, not that's the wrong word, pampered, but you know what I mean. Going and having some beauty stuff for men. Male grooming. That's the word.
Male grooming. That's it. Yeah.
Male grooming. I thought beauty pamper is completely wrong. Male grooming. Is anyone into that? Mark, Ian says Mark looks like Chris Evans. That's hilarious. Do I?
Yeah, you do a bit. Yeah. Same glasses.
Do I? I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Do you like that? Do you like? Oh no.
What?
Cap on more. Yeah, with the cap on more, probably. Yeah, a little bit.
I don't like Chris Evans now because he's got. Yeah.
We're not talking about Chris Evans out of the other Chris Evans, are we?
Oh, that's Captain America.
Captain America. That's what you're thinking of.
I want to be Captain America in Avengers. Yeah, the Hollywood A-lister. No, he's talking about Chris Evans, who is on Breakfast Virgin Radio. Virgin Radio.
Don't forget your toothbrush. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I used to love it. Back in the 90s.
Yeah, TFI Friday, wasn't it?
TFI Friday. Don't forget your toothbrush. All of that.
Do you remember, because there was a lot of big deal on Saturday. It's all changed now because of the internet. But Saturday and Friday night, it's been great. You used to have the Tube. Remember the Tube? Then the Word.
Yes. The Tube, which was
Jules Holland
and Paula Yates.
And then they did the Word, which Word was quite good as well. That was nice.
They were very edgy for the time, weren't it? Channel 4, when Channel 4 was an edgy channel. And then you sort of watched it and you went, you watch Channel 4, dear. That's when we'd only got 2. We'd gone for, it was massive. And we went to a 4th channel.
4th channel, wow. Got 4 channels. 4 now.
We got 4. How many we got? We got thousands.
I know, thousands. Well, thousands of YouTube channels, all the Netflix, everything.
Ridiculous. We got far too many. Yeah.
In fact, who was talking? Was we talking about this last week? That they reckon that terrestrial TV's got 15 years left.
Yeah, probably right. Because I hardly watch it. I dip in and out of it occasionally. But I was talking to, when I met Rod on Thursday, we were both talking about this. We're talking about, he watches hardly ever watches what me and Dawn call normal TV.
Yeah.
But that's just resigned to the bin. We do occasionally watch it if something's on there. But most of the time we spend on all these other things like YouTube. We watch stuff together because there's stuff that we're into together that we watch. And we watch all the other...
And you can choose when you want to watch
it. Netflix and Prime. Just finished watching on Amazon Prime Those About to Die, about the Roman gladiators. Amazon Prime. I don't know how many episodes. Yes, it's on Amazon Prime at the moment. A bit gory, a bit maybe over the top at times.
Exaggerated.
exaggerated. Oh yes, a bit exaggerated, more for entertainment basis. To this is how it was. It probably wasn't like that, but it's about Caesars and the Roman the dark side. It says the series is about the dark side of the Roman Empire and
Interesting.
the games.
Very shifty.
The games.
I thought it was more
betting.
I thought it was more about the sacrificial people they used to chuck into the arena.
Yeah, it's more. It's more about the characters around that and the dodgy dealings and betting and the games around that side of the Roman Empire. The actual games bit where they did with like the Colosseum and all of that. It's interesting. It was certainly, we've watched it. We finished the last one last night. I won't do any spoilers on here, but if anyone has seen it, is it gory like Spartacus TV? Ian has just said, is it gory? It's gory, but not so gratuitously gory. You sort of know what's happened, and it's a bit like, but it's not like they've really done the special effects so well that you think, well, this is just, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
So it's a bit, it's certainly, I would say, I don't know whether it's an 18, it might be a 16 plus. It would certainly, I would consider it probably. I wouldn't, is it an 18? I don't know, actually. I didn't look at the certification. We just thought that'd be interesting. So interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to say anymore. You go and find out yourselves if you want to.
Rod says, buy a trimmer. I'm sure Parkside will do them in the not too distant future. I'm talking, that even means a beard trimmer or hedge cutters. I might get away with hedge cutters, actually.
Yeah. Is he talking about a beard trimmer?
I presume so. Presume so, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, actually. They're doing everything. You're not that keen on the stuff, are you?
Well, I wouldn't really use it.
If I was
just buying some DIY tools, then yes.
Yeah. Yes,
I would.
Yes, is it, isn't it?
Because I'm
you can't rely on it.
Working my tools to the ground every day.
No.
They need to be robust in a whole different way to DIY stuff.
Definitely. Watched an interesting channel the other day about how many of the Romans got lead poisoning from the pipework. It's sent them all a bit mad. Interesting.
Oh, this is actually a history program. Oh, I find this is fascinating.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
Lead poisoning.
Did you know that oysters were in the Thames? Used to be in the Thames.
Yes, I did know that. They're not anymore. They're not.
No, and it was a poor man's food, wasn't it? It was.
And now we spend a fortune on. I don't know. I say I don't like them. I don't like the sound of them. Does anyone love oysters on it? I just don't think I could stomach it.
You wouldn't even take. It's like just.
Have you
it's
had
the
one?
texture of it more than anything else.
Yeah. Have you had one?
Yeah, I've had a few. When I went to an event at Wembley and they were coming around with them. Oh, do another one? Yeah, putting a bit of lemon and Tabasco on, just sliding it straight down. You think, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. It's not.
Right, but you pay a fortune for it, don't you?
Oh yeah. You can. There's a lot of foods like that, though, isn't there? I think the fact is that it's because it's expensive, or because it's this and because it's that. That's what people go for. I don't know. There's another one. Was it Dead Man's Fingers? Dead Man's Fingers. Have you heard of that? Is it Dead Man's Fingers? It's an urchin that lives on some rock. I think it's called Dead Man's Fingers, and it lives on this rock, and it's a horrible looking thing, but it's so expensive because these the mountain climbers stroke divers that have to go down this cliff edge, go underwater as the wave comes in, and take all these urchins off and go back to the top, and they cost a fortune because they're so hard to get. But there's plenty of other food to eat, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Well, plenty better. If I'm going to pay good money for food, I don't mind if it's good food, but I'm not going to do something that's really just. It's just like, why am I doing this?
Just because you can.
And I get it. A plate of oysters, and they all come around, and I've never actually been. I've never been to a restaurant that's actually served oysters, and it wouldn't be something I'd choose. I'd go.
No, it's not a sort of restaurant you go to anyway, I suppose, is it? Yeah. I don't think
Scrapwood Andy love most seafood, so there you go. Oh, here we go. Adam, don't mind an oyster. I like a lot of I actually like a lot of shellfish as well, Adam. But I'm not sure whether I'd like. So maybe because I like shellfish, I actually prefer shellfish. Sometimes
to fish. Yeah, I'm the same.
The same. If I
mussels, actually. I mean, I can eat mussels.
Yeah, mussels, lobster, a crab.
Crab. Wow.
Yeah,
I ain't a proper crab for years. Proper crab.
No, yeah, I would do.
2 years ago, I was in Whitby last, and then I got some lobster, and that was about it, really. So I'm gonna have to try and get some crab again. Crab's amazing. You know, the really nice sauce with it as well. Really, dipping it in.
Adam, Ian's asking, anyone had Dead Man rum? No.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh, is it Dead? Oh, I'm thinking of Dead Man's Fingers rum.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think there's still an urchin called that, but I wonder if that's what Ian said. Dead Man rum.
Don't know what Ian's talking about.
Must be. I
don't know what Dead Man rum is. No, I haven't. If anyone's had it,
the world is your lobster. It's your
lobster. Yeah, actually, but that's the saying. Where did the saying "the world is your oyster" come from? Oysters are pearls. If it gets gritty, they produce a pearl. So is that where does the saying?
There's a lot of sayings that. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I don't know. What's the origin of "the world is your oyster"? Not the world is your lobster. The world is your oyster.
Yeah, get that one out. What's the origins of that?
What's the origin of it? What's the origin of the world is your oyster? Where did that originate from, and why do we say it? And what does it actually?
I know why. I know why we say. I know why we say. Probably a lot of people say that's obvious. Why he say measure speed on boats in knots? Do you know that, Mark?
Yeah, I do know why. Because of the curvature of the Earth, and a knot, the knot, a mile. Is different to.
Where did the word "not" come? The word "not" come from?
Oh, where does the word "not" come from? I don't know. I know why it's a different speed, 2 miles per hour. Because of the something to do with the curvature of the Earth, and so
it's to do with rope. Apparently,
it's not.
It's to do with rope with loads of knots in it, and as you put the rope in the water, you count how many knots as you're going along, and then it works out the speed. That's what they used to work out the speed. I think I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You might be right. You probably are right. I thought it was knotted rope they used to hang out the boat. Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Yeah, I think he's wrote that before I've.
You're all right. I don't know. Hence, I only go on cruises. That doesn't mean I know anything about sailing.
We don't use knots and ropes on those sort of boats anyway, do you? Really?
No, not that I've seen anyway.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I saw. Really good documentary. I don't know what channel it was on. I think it might be 4, or I think it's a terrestrial. It's about the Titanic in colour. I don't know if you're interested in that.
Well, actually, the Titanic.
Yeah,
the old footage.
Old footage of it from building the boat or ship until it sank.
Where's that on YouTube? Where's that?
No, it's on. It's a 2-part documentary, and I think it's on. Might be on Prime. It might be on Amazon.
Right.
Check it. Yeah. The way I do it, if I'm looking for something, I type it into the main page on Virgin Media, and it brings up what it's on.
So, where it is.
Anyway, I watched it. It's brilliant. Really good.
Okay.
In the 1700s, they measured speed with knots in rope. There we go. That's where it came from.
Thank you, Jim. Brilliant.
Why was it called "Take the Wind Out the Sails"?
Why was
have a guess.
Well, that slows you down. If you take the wind out of the sails of anyone, it slows them down. Slows you down, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought it might be something more complex than that.
I think it's just, I took the wind out of my sails, you say, don't you? God,
and then it's like you're deflated.
You're deflated, but by doing that, you slow everything down, don't you?
Yeah, you slow down.
That's where it comes from. By taking the wind out of the sails, probably, I might be stating the obvious, the proverbial obvious.
You heard about the Mad Hatters, haven't you? Mad Hatters. You know the Mad Hatters. What was that in? Some kids thing. You say the Mad Hatters Tea Party.
Well, that's Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, we know the Mad Hatter. That is a thing. You know where that came from? Hatters. People used to make hats. Used to use a sort of.
Where I was born, the Hatters, Luton Town.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was born in Luton. I was born in Luton, in Bedfordshire, Luton Airport. Not actually far. I was actually born very close to Luton Airport, actually. I was born a number 157 Strathmore Avenue. I was born in a house. I know I could still go there now and look at the bedroom. I don't.
Oh, wow. So they're famous for making hats, are they?
Luton is, hence the football team, Luton Town, who was in the Premier League last year, now back in the Championship. They are known, their name is the Hatters. It's because Luton is famous historically, not now, but historically, for being the centre for hat making.
Well, apparently the glue you used to use made you go mad because it was a solvent, and they used to be sniffing it all day because they're making this hat.
Yeah,
and then they went mad. They went mad. We sort of takes us back to that other comment about the
there you go, Frank.
said about the.
There you go. Mad hatters used mercury. It sends you bird.
That was what it was.
So it's true.
And that's another thing. It's amazing how things go in full circle, isn't it? Before we had this conversation, me and Mark were speaking about these guys that went blue in their face, or this bloke that went blue, and he was taking something constantly, and his skin went blue. And I've just seen mercury there. Is it mercury he was taking? He was ingesting something. I don't know what country it was, and he went blue in colour. Completely.
Wow.
He was
this is all well before health and safety. All this is when they were making something. Give a proverbial.
Yeah. Saw Titanic original plans in Belfast. Amazing.
Wow, amazing.
They were saying about the rivets. They were finding faults in these rivets, apparently, and that's where if it weren't for these rivets, they wouldn't have burst through the fourth hold, was it, or the fifth hold?
Right, number of holes in it. Kept doing it. It was steel rivets, weren't they? It wasn't made like they are now.
No. I mean, when you see it being made though in this footage, and they've enhanced it and everything, it's just amazing to see.
Yeah,
it's just
a Smurf. Was he a Smurf?
Smurf, yeah. It was me with the white hat.
They said that the rivets weren't the best. That's obviously Titanic. They said that the rivets weren't the best. Yeah, cool.
Good. Right. We're nearly up to an hour.
We are nearly had an hour, guys and girls, and everybody who's watching all around I'd say all around the world, but in fact we are all around the world because we have Steve over in Australia for it.
He might have gone to bed now.
Middle of the morning, he may have fallen back to sleep. He might have got bored. Certainly, he's entitled to fall back to sleep. At 4 a.m. Go to sleep, mate. Catch us when you're awake.
For half an hour and gone to sleep.
Yeah,
the Titanic was on fire when it sailed, weakening the hull plates. The Titanic was on fire.
Yes, I've heard that. Yes. Yes, I actually knew that. I knew that. Yeah.
It was here we go. Arguria, when you have deposits of silver in your blood, turns skin blue.
It's silver.
That's what we're talking about.
It's silver water. Yeah, no chance.
No, it's only went blue. Yeah. Isn't it funny how these conversations go in full circle?
Steve is still here. Still
here. Look. You're not going to sleep yet, mate.
Still here. What are you doing watching us two idiots?
Well, we've got some entertainment then if he's kept awake.
That's brilliant. Share the love down in Oz. Everybody, share the love down
everyone else as well. Everyone else share it. I think as well, Mark, that I don't think we've advertised enough that it's on your channel tonight. I suppose next time we need to put a quick short out to say.
Yeah, I've just
both our channels. Yeah,
we just turned up. Yeah, I did. I'm so busy at the minute. I'm filming again. I didn't film today. There was a storm. I was building a roof in a that's been I think a named storm that's coming through the UK. So it was certainly rather challenging. I got off a roof and decided I was being an idiot if I stayed up there.
Risking it. Not worth it.
No, I was like, yeah, this is not good. It passed through, and then I was able to do some other stuff. But
it was a bit choppy up here today. Got a bit windy up here actually. So
yeah, it was pretty miserable. I was soaked through. Winds were ridiculously strong, and I'm just staring at Weymouth Bay right into the sea, so it's just coming off the English Channel and straight at me because that's where I'm working, right, looking out over the bay.
Yeah.
So it was miserable day. Leslie, brilliant, a lot different to yesterday. I think tomorrow it's going to be better again, but today absolutely miserable. And when you're on a roof, you've got to make a decision and go, I'm being stupid here, get down.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I got to think about it. So bank holiday weekend. Go on.
No, sorry, that's how Rod Hull died. He died.
That's right, putting an aerial.
Yeah, aerial. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm all right. I'm good. Yeah, bank holiday. Go on, Rob. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, have a happy bank holiday, everybody. We'll see you next Thursday on my channel. All being good. I think we're all good. Are you all right for next Thursday, Mark?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I am. Yeah. Unless my wife's going to tell me otherwise. She might have after the lending her out comment earlier on and the tool versus the tools. I might not be.
Dawn, he's got to make up to you this weekend now.
Yeah. Right, it's been brilliant, everybody. Look,
good to see you all. Check if you haven't watched it already, check my video out on my channel. I've done that chop saw. You might like it.
it's brilliant.
All right, so everyone, give us a thumbs up as well. It helps Mark's channel out.
Yes. Just give me a thumbs up. Share the love and share it to your friends. Maybe you tell them, and these two idiots. If you want an hour of just having a bit of fun with anything, or whatever we talk about all sorts of things, don't we? We keep it going, so it's good. Brilliant.
It is. All right.
Love to everybody. Stay well and have a great day.
Mark, you haven't said it for 8 months now.
No, okay. Well, I used to say, so it's from me, Mark, at Cat Woodwork and Building.
Oh, it doesn't sound as good.
Oh, does it? As I know, I come up with a new phrase. But me, Mark, I used to say, from me, Mark, at the Small Workshop Adventures, take care, everybody. Bye. But it's no longer the Small Workshop Adventures. So
that's good. Right, do your encore and then don't do it again. Right, so say the Small Workshop Adventures. For everyone else, say the Small Workshop Adventures one for everybody else now.
From me, Mark, at the Small Workshop Adventures, take care, everybody. Bye. You do your bit.
Cheers. Mine's short and sweet.
Brilliant. Bye.
Good to see you all. Take care.